There's no such thing as attention seeking. It's all about connection, baby. Are you a parent or caregiver struggling with a kid who is always seeking attention from you? Do you find that you have to push them away to get some much needed space? All of which is frustrating and leaves you feeling less connected to your kids. If you find yourself dealing with a child that can't seem to spend 10 minutes without your attention, stick around for the next 5 minutes and I'll explain what's going on and how you can deal with it. Also, if you want my longer video on connection and my parenting method called Cubed that gets into how my clients and I end conflict and maintain strong relationship with our kids, comment hashtag connection below and I'll get you that link right away. My name is Matt Kenyon and I'm a family relationship coach and the owner of Free Thought Coaching, where I help parents end the yelling, arguing, and fighting and build happily integrated families. My promise is that there is always at least one strategy, tip, or piece of advice that you can use immediately after watching my videos. Okay, let's get into what's going on and how you can deal with it both short-term and long-term. This type of behavior can be very frustrating, especially for single parents, busy parents, or caregivers of multiple kids. Sometimes parents end up lashing out at their kid out of frustration in an attempt to get some much needed time alone, to get things done. Totally understandable, but unfortunately not actually helpful in the long run. We often hear this behavior referred to as attention seeking. However, that's not actually the most accurate description. It's more appropriately called connection seeking. The child is desperately seeking a connection, but doesn't know how to ask for it. It may seem like a minor distinction. However, the difference is pretty big. First, let's talk about connection is. Connection is a feeling. It's subjective to each individual's experience. Connection is a two-way street, meaning that it must be genuinely felt by both caregiver and child, both seeking and feeling the connection. Connection can't be faked or forced, and it must be led by the parent through actions. Connection comes from intentional actions and nonverbal communication. Connection is that warm feeling and joy that you get when you and your child are enjoying each other's company, all while being vulnerable and genuine with each other. Now that you have an idea of what connection is, let's talk about attention seeking versus connection seeking. So modern research suggests that what we call attention seeking is actually about connection rather than attention. The connection seeking behavior comes from the child's need to feel that they exist as an important part of your world. Many times the child doesn't feel that they have enough of a connection with you to meet their needs. It's not your fault. It's okay. Remember, connection is subjective. No matter how much you feel like you are connecting with your child, if the child does not feel that connection, then it literally doesn't exist for them. Focusing on the connection that is lacking or felt lacking by them, instead of it being just attention seeking, allows you to see the need that the child is trying to express to you rather than focusing on your frustration. You see, if you think of it as the child seeking a felt connection between you, instead of attention-seeking behavior who wants something from you, you can then provide them with that need. You can fulfill that need and end the frustration. When you focus on meeting their need for connection and validation from you, it opens the door to communication and understanding on both sides. You get to be connected to and in communication with your kids on a whole new level. So the long-term strategy is to find ways to increase your child's subjective experience of connection with you. But what about short-term solutions? Let's get into it. Short-term is actually an easy fix that may be hard to implement in the moment if you're stressed. I use the acronym S.A.C.K, S-A-C-K, to remember what to do when I'm dealing with connection-seeking behavior. It stands for stop what I am doing, acknowledge their struggle to feel connected, connect with them for 5 to 10 minutes, and keep going with my day. Never, if you can help it, put off a kid who is seeking connection. You are only feeding into their fears and making the situation worse. That's why we stop first and take a deep breath if you need to recenter yourself. Acknowledge the lack of connection they are experiencing so that they can feel heard and understood. Connect with them through a shared experience or together time for only 5 to 10 minutes. And then you and your child can keep going with your day with a lot less stress. You may have to repeat this process multiple times a day at first, but it will have an effect over time. Again, if you want my longer video on connection and my parenting method called Cube that gets into how my clients and I maintain stronger relationships and gets more into depth on this idea of connection versus attention, comment hashtag connection below and I'll get you that link ASAP. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Happy parenting.